Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Today's episode of the Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by our bonus packages. Please go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and click on the bonus banner. You'll get access to all of our bonus content, and even better, you'll be helping out TMOS. So please quit sucking, and we thank you.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store, and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Busy day at the TMOS studios in Podcast Village. Woo! And up here in the great state of Maine as I am preparing for a little break, my summer vacation, and I am very excited about that. And also getting ready to use that vacation to make the annual migration down to the Sunshine State, or I should say the warmth of the sun state, or I should say the surface of the sun state at this particular time of year.
So this is your ultimate Maine show. Your final one of the year.
Yes, the ultimate main show as opposed to the penultimate main show, which was yesterday. And not only that, ladies and gentlemen, but we teased you yesterday about something extremely special, and I can't believe it's happening now. We've changed the schedule this year because we're going to have live shows all the way to the end of the summer, as opposed to all of us blowing out of Dodge at the same time. We're going to roll our breaks, and it's going to be great. And you're going to like it. You'll have live content throughout the end of the summer. And we just kind of evolved into that. It just kind of happened, and we're very excited. But that, on the last day that I am here in studio, ladies and gentlemen, I have to share something extremely special that I know some of you may remember, some of you may not remember, some of you may have participated, some of you may not participate, some of you may want to join in again. I'm sure many of you will, but I will tell you, this is special.
Well, we're waiting.
What you making? Fruitcake.
Fruitcake.
Fruitcake. Fruitcake. Fruitcake.
Fruitcakes.
Fruitcakes.
Fruitcake.
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 Fruitcake. Fruitcake. Fruitcake. Fruitcake. Fruitcake. Fruitcake. Fruitcake. TMOS fruitcake. Fruitcake.
Ooh.
Fruitcake. Fruitcake.
Well, I mean fruitcake. 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 Fruitcakes.
Fruitcake. Fruitcake. Fruitcake.
Yes.
Fruitcake.
Yeah!
That's right. That's right. It's the most wonderful time of the year. For this show, it's fruitcake time.
Yay!
It's back again, folks. TMOS Fruitcake Futures 2019. Yeah, everybody that bought them loved them. I mean, loved them. It's back. Fruitcake Futures 2019, your once-a-year chance to snag a signature Rob Spiewak fruitcake. Get ready to place your order for the taste of the holidays. This is right. This is how we do it.
Yes.
We're a mom-and-pop shop, and we have to start this early to make sure you get your tasty fruitcake for the holidays. They taste even better than you remember them. Rob Spiewak will waddle his giant frame into the TMOS professional kitchen, and he will be providing you with the confection of the holidays. So many of you said you wanted them again this year. So many of you said you wanted to double up. So many of you said that it's the greatest thing you've ever wrapped your tonsils around, that we are doing it again. TMOS Fruitcake Futures. 2 big ways to purchase and support TMOS. Ran out of music there. Including deluxe packaging.
Yes.
An exclusive new collectible.
Wait till you see it.
Have you figured it out yet?
Absolutely. It's gorgeous.
Really?
Yes.
I'm in a long chain of emails of figuring it out.
So I don't even know what it is.
No, it's a surprise.
You're gonna love it.
Well, it's a great time of year because it's TMOS Fruitcake Futures. The holidays start right now. Go to TMOS, the website, MikeO'MaraShow.com, and get your fabulous fruitcake. They are, last year
I was up all night shelling black walnuts, Mike. This is not something we take lightly.
Now, you were lying because you don't start cooking your fruitcakes until, when do you go, October? Is that when you go
Late
into
October,
the
yeah,
kitchens?
but actually, Ingredient acquisition starts earlier than that.
Yes.
This is no.
Ingredient acquisition. I love that. Ingredient acquisition.
This is no soft day at the party. You know, this is a lot of stuff that goes into this. And
I know.
We've been planning.
I know? Look, I am beyond impressed. Do you have your license this year? Do you have to go and do that all over again?
No, we are actually. That is the one thing that we have in place.
Silver lining, Mike.
I am still licensed to run a restaurant.
Why
through
do you sound like
2014.
you're coming through an open microphone somewhere?
11111. I'm not.
Okay. I think maybe it's because you're too off mic. That might be it. I'm not sure. Make love to that.
Yeah.
Like I used to say to the broadcasters.
Talk to
make
the front
love
of
to
it,
that
not
mic.
the side of it.
All righty then. No, I am licensed to. I'm licensed to run a
licensed.
restaurant till 2024, I believe.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So
if this radio thing doesn't work out.
This year, but I mean, this was a big deal last year.
Oh, it was huge.
He had
with
to
the
take a
fruitcakes.
test, get
It was massive.
certified. We have an insurance policy in place.
Yeah, we're all set.
Logistics-wise, a lot of headaches, but a lot of hurdles have been crossed.
And also, you know what? Let's do one more time with this
Yes.
because I know that Pony will remember our first attempt at our first batch in the kitchen. Where
it was great.
It did not go as smoothly as the final
commercial
batch.
kitchen.
Yes,
The commercial
because
kitchen,
what we
right.
did is when I used to make these in my home kitchen, I had a single batch that I would double. So I brought the recipe for a double batch, which we multiplied by 5. Now you're dealing with a lot of ingredients when you do a 10 times batch of anything,
Right.
and
Yeah,
we just.
There's a learning curve.
Let's just say there was some mopping
Yes.
the first
Yeah, but I
time
got
through.
them, and they were great.
Oh, they're
They were
fantastic.
The end result was trial and error, and then getting it right.
Yeah, so I look forward to this year because I think it's going to. We've learned so much. We've come so far. Pony.
Also,
No,
Mike, this
absolutely.
is such a big lift, even for the overall TMOS family in DC.
Right.
That my wife, who runs this calendar for the Podcast Village world, is trying to square away the weekends and days that we will be at the kitchen because the cakes come back to the village.
Yes.
Well, here's the good news. I've always wanted to be a part of this and be part of the cooking. So as soon as you let me know the weekend that the cooking is going to happen, I will be, and I made this decision. I told
What?
Carla, asked Carla last night, I will be calling you guys that day.
Oh.
And
so
see how
not
you
even
doing.
a FaceTime. Just a call.
Remember that
Did I do a
conversation we had
FaceTime?
about family?
No, I don't think we
Yeah, I know.
Making time for them.
we didn't
I know.
FaceTime, but I do remember last year
You checked in.
we spoke every night I left the bakery. And you would say, "How'd it go?" And I go, "God damn it!"
Yeah. It's really, really exciting. It's here again. Hard to believe. It's been such a rapid
What
year.
a
but
world.
yeah, I mean, it's so you're going to get 2 tiers, the deluxe and the regular. And really, this
But
is
even
an
the
opportunity.
regular is deluxe.
Yes.
The other one is super deluxe.
Super deluxe.
So 2 tiers.
Yes.
Regular, deluxe, and super deluxe.
And you'll not shed a tear when you get it because they're delicious.
all right, tell the boys down in marketing to get me more detail on this.
More
Okay,
details.
very good.
Details.
And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be special. I was proud of all you guys that last year Rob went to a lengthy certification course because he was going to be in and supervising the commercial kitchen. With that said, we have
test was 4
professionals that do
hours.
it too.
The test was 4 hours. So I mean, it all worked out. The kitchen that we use, the professional that oversees the kitchen, she's amazing.
Yeah.
And we really learned a lot last year. I look forward. What I had a slight amount of dread last year because I
Yes.
didn't know what we were going into. This year I'm excited. I can't wait to.
EGH, that's what I would say.
No, just
Okay.
but do get excited.
Yeah, don't get excited for us because we always have to overplan. Do get excited for the listener who will get a great
How are
cake.
you doing? How are you doing
I'm,
today?
I'm
How's it
great
going?
today. I'm great.
How's it going?
I don't know.
How's he doing, Rob? How's he doing?
I've seen Blackstone make things disappear slower than that latte went down.
I showered this. Raise your hand if you showered this morning.
I showered. I
See?
showered. First thing. If
Happy
I don't
morning.
shower,
Johnny
when
didn't see
when-
you raise your hand. I'm upset about that.
You didn't ask him on Saturday. That's
Last
why.
night, I shower at night. That's my
At
thing.
night?
Last
what, do
night?
you take a bath?
Who are you, my mother?
Yeah. You got oil of Olay in your bathroom? What's going on?
Did you
I don't even
use,
have a bathtub, man. It's just showers for me.
use a lot
Well,
of soap?
we all showered, Johnny, but essential oils, especially in a young man your age, seep out and and get you all goodgy overnight. So that's why
I
the
bet we
shower
could-
in the morning, especially this time of year.
Bet we could slide him across those hardwood floors pretty easy.
yeah.
Last night, man.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
have a
man.
shower, man.
Johnny, do you have AC in your place?
Proud to say I do, yes.
That's very good. That's very good, Johnny.
Do you opt to use it? Because you really are casting a glow over there.
What is this? Nah. It's a reflection of the booth that makes me look sweatier than I am.
Are you saying a booth that he's in?
A dimly lit
was he talking
booth.
about the alcohol you put in the fruitcake?
No, he's not. He's sitting in literally a darkened room.
Worst. God, that reminds me of the worst. We talk about Shoppers Food Warehouse, or grocery store chain.
R.I.P. Correct.
I believe they're
no
gone.
longer.
So gone are the colossal donuts.
I remember doing their commercial, and I went and I was the Shoppers Food Warehouse top quality tomato, and the owner was there for the recording session.
Oh no!
Which I should have known. I should have known at the beginning was not something I should do. And so she is there, and I go into a booth that literally was touching my shoulders. A recording studio, a recording booth where you have the recording studio, and then I had to walk down a hallway and around. They had it so it was like a torture chamber, and it was hot. It was a hot day, and there was no air conditioning in the booth. And I did 44 takes.
And I'm sure it was very difficult, very intriguing copy, wasn't it?
Yeah. You know what I had to do 44 times?
What?
With top quality prices every day. Now, that would have been, you would have taken it, right?
Of course.
Right?
Print it.
She had me do it. Can you emphasize top? Can you emphasize quality? Can you say quality? Can you say quality? And I knew immediately, okay, non-broadcaster, doesn't really get the nuance of it. And I was I walked out. You thought I was really working for a living instead of, being a fat guy just flapping his gums. Top quality prices every day. And, there were recording sessions that were wonderful. And then there were recording sessions that were torture. The second torture one is when I used to go in, and I worked for a company called, I think it was Reliable Stores, and they owned a chain.
What a clever name.
A national chain of furniture stores, but they wouldn't pay for that guy down in Oklahoma that says today these prices are. They wanted me to do an impression of him. So they could get me for the cheap.
Yeah,
it's the same.
Wasn't that sort of your? You did that for a while. That was sort of your angle, wasn't it? That you could sound like other people. It wasn't my
angle. It's just they were paying me, and I went up to Columbia, Maryland, and I recorded those. And those would be hard to do because you're kind of doing his stuff,
right?
And they would jam every. This is where I really learned to hate too much copy. And, if you ever look at a really great commercial, Matthew McConaughey does a Lincoln commercial, and he goes, "Hey, how are you?"
Yeah.
That's it. That's his whole commercial. Or, Shaq goes, "Yeah, I like it." And then that's it. It's over.
But Shaq Senate insurance commercials, they recorded those poolside.
Right.
They brought the studio to him
on an iPhone, and he's like, "All right, send the check."
It's great.
There's zero effort put into them.
I would do every 84 seconds of copy into 60 seconds. Where they needed every single detail, and they would never cut copy. They wouldn't. The one thing that this lady, who was actually a nice lady, but a pain in the ass, would never cut copy. It was terrible.
I don't know if I've ever played this for you. I actually have from my archives some of your outtakes from that Shoppers commercial. I can play it for you if you like. Yeah.
All right, let's listen.
Nothing is more important than the simple act of people getting together.
Good. Could I have one more go, Lawson, please? Sorry.
What?
Could I have just one more take of that?
Why? I just did it right.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not used to having more than one person in there. One more word out of you and you go. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
I take directions from one person under protest. But from two, I don't sit still. But who the hell are you, anyway?
No, I'm the engineer.
Well, why the hell are you asking me for another one?
Well, I thought there was a slight bonk, and I would just like to be safe.
What is a gonk? Do you mind telling me what that is?
No, a bang from outside.
A bang from outside.
We know a remote farm in Lincolnshire where Mrs. Buckley lives. Every July, peas grow there. Do you really mean that?
Yeah, so in other words, I'd start half a second late.
Don't you think you really want to say July over the snow? Isn't that the fun of it?
I love this.
If you can make it almost when that shot disappears, it'll make my...
I think it's so nice that you see a snow-covered field and say every July peas grow there. We know a remote farm in Lincolnshire where Mrs. Buckley lives. Every July, peas grow there. We aren't even in the fields, you see.
Yeah, we are.
We're talking about them growing, and she's picked them.
Yeah.
What?
So
I don't understand you then. What must be over for July?
When we get out of that snowy field.
When I was out, we were onto a can of peas, a big dish of peas when I said in July.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, always.
Always.
I'm always past that. Yes. Well, that's about where I say in July.
Can you emphasize a bit in July?
Why? That doesn't make any sense. Sorry. There's no known way of saying an English sentence in which you begin a sentence with in and emphasize it. Get me a jury and show me how you can say in July, and I'll go down on you. It's just idiotic, if you'll forgive me by saying so. That's just stupid. In July. I'd love to know how you emphasize in July. Impossible. Meaningless.
I think all they were thinking about was that they didn't want to.
He isn't thinking.
Wilson, can we just do one last
Yeah?
one? And it was my fault. I said in July, if you can leave every July.
You didn't say it. He said it.
Your friend.
Your friend. Every July?
So after this show...
No, you don't really mean every July.
It is.
But that's bad copy. It's in July. Of course it's every July. There's too much directing around here.
Orson Welles, yay!
There's a little more.
A certain fjord in Norway,
Here we go.
near where the cod gather in great shoals.
Odd.
There, Jan Stangeland.
Fraction more on that shoals thing, because you rolled it around very nicely.
Yeah, roll it round, and I have no more time. You don't know what I'm up against. Because it's full of things that are only correct because they're grammatical, but they're tough on the ear, you see. This is a very wearying one. It's unpleasant to read. Unrewarding. Because Findus freeze the cod at sea and then add a crumb crisp coating. That's tough, crumb crisp coating. I think, no, because of the way it's written, you need to break it up because it's not as conversationally written. What?
Take crumb out.
Take crumb out. Good.
Good.
Here under protest is beef burgers. We know a little place in the American far west where Charlie Briggs chops up the finest prairie-fed beef and tastes. This is a lot of shit, you know that. You want one more? More on what beef?
You missed the first beef, actually, completely.
What do you mean missed it?
You're emphasizing prairie-fed.
But you can't emphasize beef. That's like his wanting me to emphasize in before July. Come on, fellas, you're losing your heads. I wouldn't direct any living actor like this in Shakespeare. Well, you do this. It's impossible.
Orson, you did 6 last year, and by far and away the best, and I know the reason.
The right reading for this is the one I'm giving it.
At the moment.
I spent 20 times more for you people than any other commercial I've ever made. You are such pests. Now, what is it you want?
No, I think...
In your depths of your ignorance, what is it you want? Whatever it is you want, I can't deliver because I just don't see it.
That was absolutely fine. It really was.
You isn't worth it. No money is worth it.
And that's when you walked out of the recording
He
session.
splits.
Yep.
He's done. He doesn't want to deal with it.
But you know
And
what's it's amazing that even when he screws it up, he's still great. But he's such a pain in the ass.
But he's a pain in the ass, but you hear what he did.
Oh,
when
yeah.
you've got more than one person who's directing you in a commercial, it is, if the client was in there, when I'd go into doing it was so frustrating. Yep. And you know, I'm not Orson Welles. I can't say anything. I need my check. And you get the people that everybody wants to be. Everybody hears a little something they want, and everybody hears a little thing they think is right. And it was funny to hear those.
Can you
guys,
emphasize beef and in
July?
In July.
In July. Yes. Thank you very much. It was great.
I wonder, after all these years, what they used. Like
you know, that's true. I've never heard the spot actually surface.
We've never actually heard that spot. But it would be fascinating to see what they actually used.
No money is worth this.
There's a famous video of Orson Welles doing Paul Masson Wine where he's absolutely plastered.
Oh, I love that one
he's doing
so
it
much.
with that's one of the great ones of all time where he's just sitting there going, Paul, the French. And he's and he's bombed. Do you have that?
I think I do. Give me one sec.
And he is, he's just somebody who is extremely difficult, but he's super smart, too.
Okay.
Really
I
is.
do have it. Here's Orson Welles for Paul Masson.
Turn camera. Mark. 102, take 1. With overlap, action, please.
He doesn't get the cue.
Action, Orson, please.
You just do anything?
No, sorry, cut. Yeah, rolling. 102, take 2.
The French champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence. There is a California champagne by Paul Masson, inspired by that same French excellence. It's fermented in the bottle, and like the best French champagne, it's vintage dated. So Paul Masson.
102.
Before he's second, you know what's so great about it is like so many great drunks, he really thinks he's getting away with it.
Well, also,
He's on
do you
set
think
with a French champagne.
Yeah.
Well, he's also a lot older than when we heard those other.
Yeah, you're right. This is towards the end.
And he is also someone who is maybe sampling the product as he's there on a wine shoot, right?
Maybe not the first take.
Oh, yeah.
Let's hear if he does better this time.
Take 3. Action, please.
The French champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence. There is a California champagne by Paul Masson, inspired by that same French excellence. It's fermented in the bottle, and like the best French champagne, it's vintage
Can you stop
dated.
it for a second?
And that's,
So
that's actually the end of it right there.
When I hear something like that, I have always heard that my whole life, and I've heard that 1,000 times. When he says, the French, I'm expecting it to sound like this. The French, what a pain in the ass they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And he does, the French champagne. It doesn't.
How hated was Orson Welles by these guys that they would keep these tapes?
Anybody that is a pain in the ass, like Lord knows, Pony could make a fortune on my tantrums.
I will.
And maybe yes, you will. That's it. And but
the Skype.
Men who were difficult,
Yes.
really difficult on like a regular basis, like Orson Welles, but more importantly, like a Larry King. I think that having zero relationship with coworkers. Look, the way I got it, and I knew a couple of people that worked at Larry's old radio show, is that Larry was a handful, and he was such a handful that the the engineers would kind of let it go if something happened. And I will.
That is to say, they wouldn't jump in to
They wouldn't
save
have
him.
his back.
Right.
Yeah, I think I may have the statute of limitations may have run out on my and I might have said it publicly. Who shared that with me? Maybe on stage somewhere I did that.
I believe you have. Maybe on a bonus show.
Who shared these tapes from Larry King? The Larry King tapes, because Larry was so universally. Do we have Larry King at all?
Yeah.
Do we have an example of that?
Oh, yeah.
Larry was so revered at Mutual Radio that they taped him when he would have a problem, like when he would fall asleep or when he would fart. And I think that guys that this is just my impression of it, Oscar.
Yes.
You and I and Rob and whatever, we have our days once in a while, but it's not a daily basis of coming in constantly and having, I don't think with Larry, I don't think he was yelling at people all the time, but I don't think he was particularly warm or nice to people. There probably wouldn't be any conversation. For whatever reason, they saved these tapes, and this is in the middle of Larry's run where he was the only game in town on late night, and he'd make mistakes.
You would listen to him every day on the way into your morning show.
Yeah.
And,
As I found out later, no, I'm not going to say that. As I found out later, it was really not an engineer that shared this with me, but it was a friend.
Yes.
And
I don't have all of my Larry materials here, but I have the best example of the engineer really leaving his cheese out in the wind. And that's when he's doing the interview and he thinks he's in commercials.
And now,
that's so
from
long.
Washington, D.C.
That's too long. It's too long. It's too long.
All right.
It's too long. We don't have time for that. That's a massive thing. Do we have Larry farting?
I don't have any of Larry's farts here. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Larry, there's one where Larry farts. There's one where he completely falls asleep.
Yep.
There's one where he doesn't understand the question. And they were all preserved.
Classics.
On audio tape.
And Larry had a go-to, what he would always say whenever he fell asleep or he.
Can you rephrase that?
Yeah, would you rephrase that, please?
And well, Larry was on from what, midnight till 5 o'clock in the morning.
Overnight guy.
He was the overnight DJ. And he always talked about how he was listened to. And by the way, every morning show in America, myself included, listened to Larry on our drive-in. I mean, that's the way it goes. Then we finally had Larry on our show, and then the day after he came on, he had a heart attack.
You did.
So that was, you
did
I remember
one of the greatest parody spots ever, which was an amusement park called Larryland.
And and then my favorite ride, the heart attack.
It was the roller coaster called the heart attack.
We didn't take any prisoners in those days. We were doing that. But Larry was a spectacular human being and went on to, be the man on CNN and interview everybody that was anybody. We knew him back when he was driving an Oldsmobile, where he came in with his little zip-up boots. I remember that. And his stained fingers from his more cigarettes.
Lots of cigarettes.
I go back a long way with Larry. Larry's still chugging. Way to go. That's
now, but
fantastic.
also, if I'm not mistaken, he was sprung on you as a surprise, right? Didn't
Yeah,
Alan
April
Goodman
Fools. I don't know if it was April Fools, but Alan Goodman brought him in. That's back when P.T. Barnum, we were working for him, the greatest GM in the history of GMs. So, anyway, to get out of this, I'll read the copy for the fruitcakes in Orson Welles' Star. Okay.
Okay, great.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Fruitcake time. It's back again, folks. I don't have Orson's voice. That really makes me sad.
Could you emphasize the word back?
Get me a jury and tell me how I can emphasize back in any English sentence, and I will you. Your once a year chance to snag a signature Rob Spiewak fruitcake. I got to turn the volume up here. Hold on. Your once a year chance to snag a signature Rob Spiewak fruitcake. Get ready to place your order for the taste of the holidays. Every year, Rob Spiewak goes into the kitchens and comes out with a delightful Christmas confection. They taste even better than you remember them. 2 ways to purchase and support TMOS, including deluxe packaging and an exclusive new collectible and more. TMOS Fruitcake Futures. The holidays start right now.
Mike, I know that you'll probably not want to dally too much after the show, but I will need a clean read of that. I hear a promo brewing.
Very good. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
Well, that's good. Fruitcakes, get them today. They start Fruitcake Futures. Now we can start the show.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Wow. Looks like somebody got a name, Woodshop. So what got you into carpentering?
Carpentry? I guess I'd have to say Jesus. He was a carpenter, and I just figured if you're going to follow in someone's footsteps, who better than Christ?
Greg's Jewish.
Well, so was JC. Wow, you're in good company.
Well, I'm going to head to the pool, but why don't you show Greg and Pam a gift?
Now, I just put a fresh coat of lacquer on this morning, so bear with me with the fumes.
Wow, Kev.
Isn't that something?
That's incredible.
Thank you.
Roses, Deb's favorite.
Yes,
It's
right.
beautiful. The little holes for candles, I
Well,
guess.
exactly, and then later they'll collect rainfall and make a tiny bird bath.
That's great.
Yeah,
It's beautiful. What is it?
it's an altar. Or you might call it a chuppah. I'm gonna take it over to the Burnses, and tomorrow Robert and Deborah will meet beneath it to become man and wife. And later, when they purchase a home, maybe it'll grace their garden. Or that's my sappy romantic idea.
Must have taken forever to build.
Yeah, not too bad, about 70 hours. Which isn't bad considering I carved it all by hand from one piece of wood.
Pancake, let's go. Mom's got your suit out here.
Coming.
It's not driftwood.
You better get going.
Yeah.
Gosh, she's great. Congratulations, man.
Thank you. And by the way, she just had the nicest things to say about you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, we had some good times together. Boy, she is a tomcat. Whew.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana, And now, from his office chair, here's Mike.
Mike, the driftwood was the small car that he had carved. He whittled that out of driftwood. The altar was just a single piece of wood.
We are live from the Podcast Village studios in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. The Mike O'Mara Show, or TMOS to our friends, is a worldwide podcast and radio show with a family of listeners who are unrivaled in their love and support for the program. If you're a first-timer, sit back and enjoy. If you're a long-timer, we love you. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for spreading the word every day about TMOS. From Stormstown, PA, to Salem, Ohio, from Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, to Big Bottom, Washington, from Kanazawa, let me try that again, peas grow there. From Kanazawa, Japan, to California, Maryland, the Mike O'Mara Show is on now and brought to you by our good friends at Brewmate. You're going to love it. Don't you just love warm alcohol? Of course you don't, you moron. No. Yes, Rob Spewett.
I want to say a thank you to Brewmate. When we had the 106-degree day last week, I snuck beer into my pool in a Brewmate, and in that sizzling sunlight, it stayed colder longer than I could stay in the sun. I don't know how the technology works, but the stuff stays cold in the most horrible conditions.
Pretty cool.
Yep.
Wonderful.
And it stayed cold when they pushed you out of the sun and into the shade. Brewmate's fantastic. They keep your beer or wine or anything at the perfect temp all day long without ice. I got the Hopsulator Trio. I got it down in Florida. I love it. It fits both 16 and 12-ounce cans with its freezable adapter, or you can convert to a 16-ounce pint glass with splash-proof lid. It's really having your own individual cooler for your beverage. It's fantastic. Exactly. Guaranteed to keep your favorite beer at the perfect temperature to the last drop. It makes a perfect gift for the beer lover in your life. Over 30 colors and finishes to choose from, plus 100% glass-free. Plus, Brewmate products work with hot and cold beverages. Start the day with a steaming latte, and at the end, you can end the day with a cold brew in the same perfect vessel. Don't you dare settle for warm alcohol. Chill out with your favorite drinks all day long with Brewmate. Visit brewmate.com and enter the code Mike, not TMOS, Mike, M-I-K-E, at checkout to get 15% off your first order. That's 15% off your first order when you go to brumate.com and enter the code Mike at checkout. Cheers. Yeah, we had TMOS until Mike Wallace died, and now I got his code.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy about that.
Finally.
Deal.
During all of that hubbub, I received
there was a lot of hubbub.
I received a text message, and from this comes to us from a gentleman in D.C. who writes, "Is Rob's chest hair a situation today?" Oscar is obsessed with your chest hair today.
You like it?
Well, you've got a plunging V-neck.
Would you like me to undo another button?
No. I just don't know if that's one.
What do you think?
I don't know if that's one button too far. That is too many buttons too far now.
Look at that. That is a hairy dude, man. That is a hairy man.
Listen, I was over at Higgins's house, and I got in his Ferrari, and I was solving crimes all over the Big Island.
Okay. I don't man a man being a man. I have chest hair.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. But your chest hair...
You don't have chest hair like Rob has
is untamed.
Yeah.
Do you trim that down ever?
No.
You should. Because
I don't trim mine either.
Yeah, but Mike, you're not wearing plunging V-neck.
Well, sometimes I do. Sometimes, here
to be perfectly honest, total clarity,
Yeah.
I went
look
back
at
and forth.
Mine's Santa Claus. Look at how white that is.
Oh, it looks like you look like the top of Mount Kilimanjaro.
Doesn't it really? Yeah.
Snow-capped chest.
Snowy.
I was back and forth on
Yes.
which button to stop at today.
Yes.
This one felt a little high, but you know what? If it makes you unhappy to see my manly chest hair,
I
I will
think
do this.
It's threatening.
Well, yeah, don't be threatened. Don't be threatened.
Hey, Oscar, I'm really going to take care of business right now and lay something on you guys. I have to take my my headphones off.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Oscar,
did you get a haircut?
These are just about to give up the ghost. Is that focus?
Yeah. I see the German Maestro headphones.
That brand right there.
Yes.
Maestro.
You want us to send you a new pair at home?
Is there a chance that by the time I got back to do you think that company's still in business by any chance?
Pony, we can look up that brand if you don't mind.
Yeah, looking them up right now.
All right, that because
those were. I believe
am really
those were
getting a lot of the last two shows. I've been. You guys are. It's just my headphones and my connectors, and this is starting to slough off.
5 years is a long time for Mr. Mike O'Mara.
Do you remember the old? What are they? The Cost Pro 44As that would start leaking.
Those like squeeze your head.
Well,
you know what
the pads were filled with oil, and when they'd start to go, they'd drip down your neck.
Oh. They drip down. Let me tell you what the Maestro headphone. We got those at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas.
They were comped, weren't they? Didn't we sweet talk the guy?
Yeah, absolutely.
5 years.
And I just gave him a free. Tell him I gave him a free commercial. But they've lasted longer than any headphones I've ever had. They're fantastic. They really. The Cost Pro 4As, which every DJ in America used to wear. If you want to know what those felt like on your head, I urge you to watch the film Casino. And there is a scene where Joe Pesci has a man's head in a vice. And he's like, come on now, Charlie M., you made me squeeze your eye out for Charlie M. That's what the headphones felt like.
Why were they so popular? Because they were loud?
No, because they would seal tightly.
Oh, because of the pads, yeah.
Yeah, and all headphones here's what's all right. This is another behind the scenes thing. For anybody that broadcasts audio, where you've got a microphone in front of you, you can go two ways. You can go into a radio studio where you're on top of a big giant microphone, like all three of us are, and you can go the TV route, where you have what is called a lavalier microphone, and it's a tiny little microphone, and they're totally different configurations of microphone. But what you have to avoid with disc jockeys, because they are listening very carefully to what's happening, you have feedback. And so a disc jockey, because he cranks up his headphone, if he talks too loud like that, you're going to get that terrible sound.
Yes.
And we don't want to have that. So that's why. Now, with television, they're listening to their fellow people on stage through their regular voices. So if you see a CNN panel, for example, they've got what is called an IFB that's in their ear, and it's a little thing that's really not monitoring them for what they're saying through their own microphones. It's monitoring what a director is telling them. Hey, we got to go to commercial, Don Lemon, in 5 minutes. We got to do that right now. So that's what it is. But the reason disc jockeys had Pro 4As that could pop your brain out of your head is because we wanted big, heavy, great-sounding headphones that had a good seal, a fantastic seal.
They were just, don't break the seal, Mike.
Right, don't break the seal.
But they were heavy.
That's another story.
They're very heavy even. I mean, they were so literally uncomfortable to wear. And I could see it maybe if you were talking up 8 records an hour, you could take them on and off, on and off, on and off. But when you were sitting down to do the show as a talk show and you'd wear them for 25 minutes at a stretch, it had to be murder.
Yeah, it was. They were very heavy, but I loved them, and everybody loved them that had them. And then they had different ones that were a little bit more modern. Yeah. But the ultimate ones looked like, you know what they look like? They look like what you would see at an airplane, at a tarmac at an airport with the guys that are blocking out the
and they had a little like
that
a
was
little,
well expressed by me, wasn't it?
A little like a screw nut, silver screw that was on the side of them. And I one time asked one of our engineers why it had it there. He says, well, that was designed so you could hook a microphone up to it. And I said, did they ever make a microphone? He said, no, they're idiots. That was the engineer was just pissed that they
because they had a little thing on the side which would be like, you're looking live at Lambeau Field. Here we are.
But they never built the part. Only the place to connect it to.
My God.
Yeah.
Speaking of headphones, we were actually, Rob and I, Mike, this is Inside Baseball. We're talking about business overall. But Rob and I were messing with a new piece of equipment we got for Podcast Village with some of our customers. And we don't have to talk about the piece of equipment, but we can just say how far along this satellite broadcasting has come. Yeah.
Really?
It is surreal. Now, mind you, cost prohibitive for your average Joe or your average podcast.
Right.
That's when Oscar says that, it means we can't have it.
Well, you wouldn't want to spend the dollars. Like, it just wouldn't make sense.
We wouldn't. This is not something we'd need.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very
good. If you're in a remote location, and we wonder how we communicated to the moon, I imagine that this type of equipment was around for NASA because they could afford it, and now it's been just dumbed down into a small form factor.
Right.
So this is somebody that if they've got power for it, they can go anywhere.
This has a 6-hour battery.
Wow. So they can literally go out into the tundra.
And if they have cell signal, they can connect.
You don't even need Wi-Fi for this. You can go through your phone.
Surreal.
It's crazy.
Really?
Surreal.
And what did we use it for? To talk to Rob Ford 40 feet away.
I heard Rob Ford got on TV, that Rob Ford got on the Real Housewives
of Potomac.
So did my wife.
Yes.
And your wife was wearing a blue dress and got on there.
Yes.
That's pretty special, isn't it? Yeah?
I'm sorry, the power of reality television. I wanted to get this yesterday, but we were just so jam-packed. On Sunday night, The Real Housewives of Potomac, which is in its 3rd or 4th season, excuse me if I'm not up to date with their seasons, but they're in their the 12th episode of this latest season.
Right.
On Sunday, they aired the episode, which contains a wonderful, nice exposure for Podcast Village as a family as a whole.
But and also
the Not for Lazy Moms podcast, which recorded a few episodes here.
That's one of the principals on The Real Housewives.
Yes. Monique Samuels. So what they did when they came here, it was 3 separate days of 4 to 5 hour full shutdown production of Podcast Village, but they take over and light everything like a television set. Now the studios are great because we have this studio lighting built into them. But what was the editing bay where everybody was like, oh, there's the big fridge, which you saw on television. Mike, the big fridge made it on television. And
the big fridge is getting a spinoff.
But you see Rob Ford acting as what would say DJ
handler?
No, not even like an engineer, but also a mixer. Like he's mixing a beat in the back. And this is fascinating because you see Rob, and Rob looks like a little kid.
Grandmaster Ford.
Rob looks like a little kid because you hear. By the way, the most screen time Rob gets of all the principals here, which I'm happy for. But you see him, and he looks like this. Like alternative, like has his hat on. He's got his scruffy beard, but he knows music type of. And it's.
Was he wearing dark clothing?
He was.
Or
wearing,
was he wearing one of his Kevin Arnold shirts?
It was one of his Kevin Arnold shirts, but he was sitting down so that you.
Why does he dress like he does? Why does he wear?
Mike, really? If you want
short sleeve polo shirts that have like horizontal stripes on.
If you want to unpack Rob Ford, that's not the place to start. There's
Rob
other
Ford
problems.
now wears dress shirts exclusively.
Yes,
oh, really?
It helps when I'm gigging at the club.
Everybody, but he looked great for that shot. And you just see him at one point.
High praise.
For that fleeting 10-second shot.
If you paused and looked and squinted just right, he looked nice.
And my wife, just briefly on camera, and I was like, this is a national television, a cable television.
Right.
And what was fun about the next day is that Shannon sees Rob. She goes, Rob, I was on national television. He goes, and what did you say to her?
I said, as someone who has also been on national television, get ready. Things are going to start happening for you right now.
Yeah, it's going to really fly, baby.
Fireball, baby.
All right, there's a particular artist that I'm just tired of, and I'm going to commiserate with these
Is it Vincent
chaps.
Van Gogh?
No, it's not. We're going to take a break, and we will come back with more fun on the Mike O'Mara Show. My fellow Americans,
there he is.
We live in the greatest, strongest, most powerful, zestiest, tastiest nation in the world. This is the United States of America. Bigger, faster, taller, classier, trickier, flashier, fatter, oranger, always the best. Yet some people are not exercising their freedom of speech. Sad. That's why we have created the Yak Shack. The Yak Shack allows you to call from anywhere, anytime, and leave a message for Old Mike, Fat Rob, and Creepy Oscar. Just dial 888-920-6673. That's 1-888-920-MORE. Have a drink, leave a message, hear yourself on the show. Excellent. Call and collude with TMOS. Trust me, I'm like really smart. I have a big brain. A very stable genius. Now bring me a Big Mac or I'll sell Rhode Island to the Koreans. That's Rob. That might be our Clio winner this year.
Yeah,
I like the way you wrote that. Sad. Or I'll sell Rhode Island. I'll sell Rhode Island to the Koreans. Welcome back. I just love that line. Anyway, welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Credit card bills. You get them every month. Multiple payments, multiple due dates. Wouldn't it be easier to have just one payment at a lower rate?
Yes.
You can with a credit card consolidation loan from our friends at Lightstream. Everybody that knows anything about finance will tell you that cutting down your debt is a great idea. You can get a rate as low low as 5.95% APR with AutoPay. The average credit card interest rate is over 19% APR. Think of the savings. Plus, the rate is fixed, so it will never go up. That's why I love Lightstream. Get a loan from $5,000 to $100,000 with no fees. You can apply from your phone and even get your money as soon as the day you apply. Lightstream believes that people with good credit deserve a better loan experience, and that's exactly what they deliver. I love Lightstream. I know you will too. Just for our listeners, apply now to get a special interest rate discount, but the only way to get this discount is to go to lightstream.com/TMOS. That's lightstream.com/TMOS. Subject to credit approval. Rate includes 0.5% autopay discount. Terms and conditions apply, and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/TMOS for more information.
Mike, your headphones are being ordered and sent to Florida.
That's very, very exciting. God bless. I appreciate that.
So
Miley
you're happy
Cyrus.
with the brand. You're happy with that headphone brand.
Yes, I do. Love it. I had it for a
okay.
long time. Miley Cyrus. There is not a day now when I'm prepping this show that I do not stumble across Miley Cyrus with leather pants with her the JJ outlined in the leather crotch area, or Miley Cyrus with white panties lifting her butt up in the air, or Miley Cyrus naked by a pool, or Miley Cyrus is just. I understand that she made the pivot from child star to showing that she's a grown up and being a bad girl pop star, but does it have to be continue? Is this the branding, or is this a young lady that wants to be what? I want to say this in the most non-sexist way.
Okay.
Miley Cyrus is not like a
Madonna?
supermodel. She's not Bella Hadid. She's not Gigi Hadid. She's not any of the Hadids.
Is she Joe Hadid?
But it's constant, and it's always the same kind of.
It's the path of least resistance for her, I think.
I don't know. Am I the only one who is
annoyed by her?
A little bit grossed out by her?
I'm not grossed out by her. I really do think that she has different looks that appeal to different people. When she was on the Wrecking Ball, not my favorite, the Wrecking Ball.
You didn't like when she licked the Wrecking Ball? Wasn't that sexy when she licked the metal ball?
The Wrecking Ball is a music video that she's doing. Wrecking Ball is not the daily Instagram post where she is just constantly.
Let me look at her Instagram.
It's like she's trying. It's like she's trying too hard. It's like she's constantly trying too hard, and it's frustrating. I don't know. I mean,
do you follow her on IG, Mike?
No, I do not. I do not follow her on the gram, as Rob likes to say.
She's a very popular influencer on the gram, but I feel if she keeps trying this hard, she will someday surpass her father in popularity.
I don't know. I don't know what I guess this is a strategy that she does.
I think it's very strategic because
like the Kardashians do it. But that's the way they go.
She does it with a little less. What's the word? Finesse than the Kardashians, perhaps? Because
I don't think the Kardashians.
It's not so bad, Mike. Yeah. I'm on right now, but I know what you're talking about. It's a lot of. I always feel like these pop stars either take this route of they are established artists and they don't need to do this anymore,
right?
Or they like to be provocative at every turn in their career.
Well, I hope she figures out a good logical ending point for this path, because now when Madonna does something like this, it's really sad. It's sad. I mean, and Madonna was much better at it than she was back in the day, but Madonna needs to stop.
These pictures that Mike's talking about, and it's...
can you describe some of these?
Yes. So there's one of her at her home in what looks to be a thong bikini on her couch.
Is this the white bottom bikini?
Yes, the white bottom
wearing?
bikini. Yeah. And I'll tell you, and this is shocking, Mike, 5 years ago, I would have been like, oh, wow, that's a little risque.
Yeah.
This is the type of bikini you see at every pool in America now, and it's no big effing deal. It's nuts.
Yeah, but when you go to the pool, you don't see the girl on her hands and knees trying to climb over a couch.
Look, neighborhood pools, I can't speak for. Hotel pools, I can speak for. That's my only relative, my only context, because when I was in Phoenix, this is what I saw all the time.
And the weird thing is that you were on a treadmill observing the pool.
Yeah, see, I wasn't even at the pool.
You weren't at the pool.
I was being the creep in
By the way,
gym.
how do I find Miley's official one?
You just
is it hashtag Miley Cyrus?
No, you just type into search Miley Cyrus. The first one comes up.
Well, I do. I got it. Okay, the first one that comes up is the one we should go with. Is it really 9,000 posts that are on there right now? Is that what?
She's got 96.5 million followers.
Let me look.
Well, is that more than you?
Oh, please. Oscar F. Santana, help a brother out.
Do I have to follow her?
You don't.
Is it hashtag Miley Cyrus that I have to follow?
You can just search Miley Cyrus.
Yeah,
I
just
think.
search
I did search Miley Cyrus.
How are you spelling
I got
it?
50 fucking things that say Miley Cyrus.
It's her profile pic is a black and white picture, Mike.
All right.
So a black and white picture of just her face.
Miley's face.
All right.
I bet her tongue is out.
She's got modeling shots up. Yeah, these are risque. But
what are you in?
It's
are
on
you
brand.
all in?
Yeah, it's on brand with what she's doing. It's not
You know
necessarily
what?
different.
I can't do it. I can't find it. There are 50 Miley Cyruses on here. And,
Pretty.
I can't do it.
Yeah, there's nothing that screams. Okay, is she trying too hard? I would agree with Mike.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
But she's been trying too hard for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
If I was a man, 35, 40 years younger than I am now,
yes,
I'm not sure how I would react to that. It just seems like there's just a bit of it's just disturbing.
And also, I'm a bit,
really.
I find it off-putting because she was Hannah Montana, which was something of a deal in my house when Julia was growing up.
I don't have that background.
And so I feel that she's really, really doubling down to distance herself from being a kid star.
But she doesn't have to do that anymore, right?
Yeah,
she's established.
I suppose, but it's still creepy.
All right, now I'm looking at my daughter. So, Elizabeth, put your tongue back in. Come on.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm not going on. That's why I avoid it. That's why I avoid the gram. God damn it.
Gram. Stay off the gram.
I'm not going back to the gram. Oh, my God. What are you doing with all your girlfriends there? Stop it.
Sound like Kevin Meaney. With your tongue hanging out.
Putting your tongue out.
We're not tongue people.
Licking the camera. Stop it. All right, I shouldn't have gone there. Certain things I'm too old for. Miley Cyrus, good luck, young lady.
Dude, don't
we'll
go
take
there.
a break, and we'll come back with more fun on the Mike O'Mara.
I'm back. It's Angie Goff, and I've got a brand new show called Oh My Goff. It's waiting for you right now on YouTube and Apple Podcasts. We've got some great interviews done in non-traditional ways. Did somebody say massage chair? Fun talk, amazing stories, some of them personal. Tune in, because we're going to tell you what's good and how to make your life better. Subscribe, and don't forget to give me a 5-star review. Oh my Goff. Hi, Mike.
Hi there, Angie. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by MeUndies. MeUndies is here to change your underwear.
What?
Not literally, but they do want to change the way you think about it. They believe undies should be soft, fit every booty like it was made for every booty, and offer fun patterns that give you the freedom to express yourself. MeUndies also believes that every woman should have the freedom to wear whatever cut they want, in whatever color they want, and whatever size they want. So, I'd love to read that, like the guy from Inglourious Basterds, Aldo Rain.
Yes.
MeUndies also believes that every woman should have the freedom to wear whatever cut they want, in whatever color they want, and whatever size they want.
Like it.
Thank you. So, ladies, rejoice. The Feel Free collection is here. 5 new silhouettes for every body type. With an ultra-soft feather-light waistband that provides zero restriction, these undies will be the best thing that has ever been on your body. Offered in sizes from extra small to 4XL. They don't just have undies, people. MeUndies also has support, soft, and comfy onesies super soft.
What's that? Support soft. But we do support it.
Mike O'Mara's new support soft line.
For the older man.
MeUndies also has super soft and comfy onesies and loungewear, perfect for, lounging.
Hey!
For any first-time purchasers, when you purchase any MeUndies, you get 15% off and free shipping, plus a 100% satisfaction guarantee. All I know is this: I love MeUndies, and they feel sensational in my pants.
In his pants!
Woo! That's the first time we'll use that today. To get 15% off your first pair, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/TMOS. That's MeUndies.com/TMOS. It's a lot. Anyway, welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. So I don't think I'm going to go there anymore. I'm
You
60
gonna stay away
years
from
old.
the gram?
I'm gonna ease up on the pop culture. Just gonna let it happen. Gonna let the kids enjoy what the kids enjoy, and I'll just live in the past. That's what I'm gonna do.
Perfect. Read
Can't
a
tell you
newspaper.
this. There's a product I will never enjoy again, and that is store-bought frozen fried chicken tenders. I will never, ever, 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 ever eat that again. I have never had. Last night, we're maybe because we're winding down up here in Maine, Mrs. O'Mara is going through the refrigerator, and she's getting rid of all the stuff we have. We don't have a lot of stuff in the refrigerator.
She's feeling better?
Basically. She's feeling much better today.
That's good.
Thank you.
Good. Glad to
Out
hear
there
it.
watering the plants when I saw her before. And
Is
I
that
said,
code?
Hey. No,
Okay, good.
Stop it. And so she was out there, and she's feeling well. Thank you for asking. Sometimes it's Jesus Christ, it's hard to stay on track with you. You know that? You're like such a serial friggin' interrupter. It's so hard. You know? I'll be saying I have a train of thought, and it's just like, it's like, feeling better, is she? What does that mean? Feeling better, is she? Yeah? She going back to Pennsylvania? What's going on, Mike? Can I distract you again? I don't even remember what the hell I was talking about.
Chicken tenders.
I hate them. They're nasty. They're super nasty. My wife said, "Would you like to? We don't have anything to eat. Would you like to eat some of your son's dinner?" I said, "A child's dinner? That would be lovely. I'd love to have a child's dinner."
Yeah.
So I got a tiny little plastic mac and cheese container, and I got chicken tenders. I don't know what brand they are, but they're artificially
You can taste
tender.
Yes.
the fake.
It's so gross.
There are good and bad because Robert's go-to through all of chemotherapy was something called chicken dinosaurs. So our house always had chicken dinosaurs, and they were...
I think Michael ate those too.
They
were
were formed to look like dinosaurs, which means the chicken is overly processed. And that's
Right.
what tastes right. There's no resistance when you bite into it, right?
That's exactly it. That is so what
It's
it is.
almost like a bad it's like a mealy apple. The texture is wrong.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Disgusting. And is it because that's how they ship them and freeze them and keep them the way? I mean, I think it's real meat. But
Well,
it's
it has to be real. But if it's been cooked, some of them are just you heat up and they're already cooked.
Yeah.
That means that they've been cooked and cooled. That's going to literally make the fiber of the chicken break down.
It's
A
disgusting.
chicken nugget from McDonald's, when growing up, was not real chicken. That would give you at least a little resistance.
Yeah,
right?
it felt like a real piece of
But
chicken.
these homemade nuggets, and I know because my nephew used to have them, I've tasted them before. I was like, oh, let me try these.
Yeah.
They taste like you're eating fake everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good.
How
It's
is
not
it
good.
that they can't even make a crumb crisp coating taste real? Even the coating
there's
tastes fake.
Even the coating is
The
soft.
bread could be real, right?
Maybe.
You could cook these like to the point of black burning, and they still wouldn't be crisp.
You're right.
They'd still have that mealy, and it's like a mealy apple.
Yeah.
You nailed it,
Gross.
Rob Spiewak.
It's
With all
texture.
your interruptions, you nailed exactly what I wanted to say, and you said it better than I did. That's wonderful because I will never, those will never touch my mouth again. It's nasty, and I'm going to try to see if we can, know what? When we get back to Florida, I'm going to raise chickens.
Save me the eggs. Love the eggs. But there is a solution. At your local Cost company, Costco has Tyson chicken tenders that are not cooked. They are breaded, but they are still raw. You have to bake them, and that tastes like real chicken.
That sounds
They're
great,
good.
actually.
They're good.
I might try that just for fun. This
is a test for the show, Mike, for the show.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. That's
And get
good.
yourself some honey mustard with it. You'll be happy you did.
Well, all I know is I was looking at my computer and eating chicken tenders, and a Miley Cyrus picture cropped up, and I was not having a good evening. It was just not.
Was the
not
problem
nice.
with the picture, the texture?
It was the horrible mealy texture.
Mealy Cyrus.
But at least I have my late night computer, and I brought it into bed last night, and Mrs. O'Mara turned the light out, and I kept my computer on. And then about 10 minutes later, she tapped me on the shoulder, and I had the mute on, so she couldn't hear the sound. She tapped me on the shoulder, and she said, "What are you looking at now?" I said, it's nothing. I said, "No, tell me, what is that?" And I said,
no.
Well, because it continues, the things that make me curious. Ever since I turned off the history, I get just random stuff, and I go, so last night it was this rednecky guy that puts on a suit, goes into somebody's backyard, and digs up a hornet nest, and then he pulls out the entire hornet's nest, and he breaks apart the nest, and you see the little hornet larva in there, and then he collects the hornet larva and he puts it in a Tupperware container, and they're all wiggling around, and there are a couple of the hornets that are like flying around his head, and but he gets them, and then he puts them down on the ground, and his chickens eat them.
Oh no,
that's good.
Hi everybody, I'm Jeffrey Dahmer.
The cycle of life.
Yes,
I got a minute and a half into that story when you said this guy puts on a suit. I was expecting a coat and tie, but it's like a hornet suit. Yeah,
I knew it would be interesting when he put on the suit, and it took him like 25 minutes to do it. And he's twitching, and he's just weird. And I said, this is going to be good. This is going to have a payoff. And the payoff was, what's he doing with that? And you see him grabbing up the larva out of this, and he puts it in Tupperware, and then you see this like Rhode Island red going, it's dinner time.
Do you think
dinner time for me? And
do you think
Carla
that's a
looks at
mealy
me,
chicken?
and she rolls back over. She gives me a look that just says, I give up.
Wow.
I don't have any.
Yeah,
I don't know what you are so
you?
abnormal. It's not even funny. I said, hey, you know what? When I was a boy, we didn't have this little magic box where I could travel the world looking at gross things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you'd have to put 100,000 miles on my car if I wanted to see a chicken eat larva.
60 years old, watching chickens eat larva. Anyway, that's it. We'll take a break, come back with news you may not need right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Whatever will be. Hello, Outlaws. This is Las Vegas legend Wayne Newton, and I love you. There are a few things in life that I require. Peace, joy, and of course, convenience. That's why I like to listen to TMOS on Spotify. No matter where I am in my downtown apartment visiting the guinea hens at Casa de Shenandoah or on stage at the Sands, I know that my favorite TMOS troublemakers are just a few taps away. So remember, every night when your tuxedo hits the floor and you want some solid, marvelous entertainment, get your cellular telephone and grab some TMOS on Spotify. Just another great way to be a part of America. I wish you love.
Thanks, Wayne. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody. Hey, programming note, as far as the yaks, we're going to have those this week on the show. We're also going to have the mailbag this week on the show. Didn't get to that today.
Put it in Tupperware.
The guys will take out the larva and the Tupperware, and they'll have it for you later on in the week.
Real quick, would you like to know you got a present this week? Can I present it to you real quick?
Yeah, let me give the beach body and then give me the gift, then we'll do the news. I've heard your excuse. I'd work out more often, but it's inconvenient. Nope, not buying it. Mrs. O'Mara could tell you that. Beachbody On Demand, baby. Beachbody On Demand. She does it every day, an easy-to-use streaming service that gives you instant access to a wide variety of super effective workouts you can do from the comfort of your living room. I get done doing this show, and I hear the trainers coming through Carla's iPad every day from Beachbody On Demand. This is the company behind P90X, Insanity 21-Day Fix, T25 Brazil Butt Lift, Pio, Hip Hop, all the good ones. New programs always being added. Autumn Calabrese and the 21-Day Fix. She's fun. She teaches portion control. Hundreds of workouts for all fitness levels, ranging from bodybuilding to weight training to cardio to yoga and even dance workouts. I know that Oscar loves it. I really want you to try this service because it will make you feel better inside and out. I promise. Our listeners can get a special free trial membership when you text TMOS to 303030. That's access to this entire platform for free. All the workouts, nutrition information, and support totally free. Again, just text TMOS to 303030. Yes, Rob Spiewak.
Mike, I'm actually jealous of this. We have a buddy of the show, Fred Vigdor, who plays saxophone in the Average White Band. He sent some other stuff, but I'll just present this to you today. He sent you a new pressing of the Average White Band's greatest hits, a double LP.
Wonderful.
From an artist in the band, and it doesn't get much cooler than that.
That is super cool. Fred, thank you very much. That's great.
It'll be in Florida when you get there.
One of the great sexist covers of all time. That is
Don't
truly
look at
one
it,
of the
Johnny.
most special ones. Yeah.
I meant for you.
What is that? Is that a wrath? Anyway, that's
I
great.
was
Let's start
taking
the
a
news.
shower in the dark of night, and I
Watch
saw
out.
a wrath.
Thank you.
News.
Johnny, don't listen to this.
Don't do it. Listen every day.
If you think we're picking on you, I urge you to put a call into Eric Stolginski. Thank you.
He'll take care of you right away.
BuzzFeed posted a list of the top funny but regrettable things celebrities have tweeted then deleted. So they're not serious things. They're pretty lighthearted, but still embarrassing. Here are some highlights. Kim Kardashian, 2013, tweets that it would be funny if we changed the spelling of the word people to P-E-E-P-O-L-E. Duh. Haley Baldwin in 2011 tweeted that Justin Bieber getting back with Selena Gomez was, quote, the definition of a teenage dream. Haley married him, of course.
Yes.
Lindsay Lohan's April Fool's Day joke saying she was pregnant. Who cares? Kanye West in 2010. Here's the quote. I specifically ordered Persian rugs with cherub imagery. What do I have to do to get a simple Persian rug with cherub imagery?
Why would you take that to Twitter?
I don't know. Who knows? Fascinating, isn't it? Mary J. Blige in 2013 when she tweeted about her own intelligence and spelled it INTELLIGENTS. Intelligence.
That'd be a good name for like a doo-wop group. The Intelligence.
Fergie tweeted TGIF, then joked that it stood for Thank God I'm Fergie. That's funny.
I like that.
Let me see. Jessica Simpson in 2010, she tweeted about an old guy at the gym whose junk fell out of his shorts. Sorry, Jessica.
The first time you met her, right?
Number 9, Jaden Smith shared his thoughts on education. Quote, if everybody in the world dropped out of school, we would have a much more intelligent society. There you go, Jaden. And Taylor Swift in 2010 when she said she used a Sharpie as eyeliner in an airplane bathroom. By the way, that is about 45 seconds of material on this show I'll never get back.
Do you have the thing when Taylor Swift was at the gym and her junk fell out of her pants?
Yeah, her junk. Taylor Swift got balls.
She got Taylor Swift's junk?
Wow. It's always hard to believe when a celebrity claims they've never tried alcohol, and for some reason it's extra hard to believe when it's comedy bro Dane Cook. No, it's not hard to believe for me at all.
It explains a lot.
Dane said, quote, I've never had a sip of alcohol or done a drug ever. He acknowledged that he might be missing out. He didn't really elaborate, although he did note that he grew up with a dad who drank. A while back, he joked, quote, I've never had alcohol or drugs. I'm waiting until I'm old enough to really cause some serious damage. That's Dane Cook. He was on, and he was one of those 40 LA podcasts with a comedian trying to be cool.
Sure.
Yeah, just sitting there, with the hat, back there, doing that. Yeah.
Douche Patrol. I'm a fan, but he can be
sure
such
you
a
are.
douche.
Yeah, he can. Absolutely. Disney set a new record for highest grossing year for a movie studio, and it's only July. They've made... get ready. You're getting tired of superhero, action, adventure, explosion, cartoon,
Not
Toy
me.
Story crap.
I'm just getting ready.
$7.67 billion worldwide.
This
Movies
year.
Movies are going to be blah, blah, blah. That's what they're going to be. That's what they're going to be for the rest of mankind. Last year, the previous record, also held by Disney, $7.61 billion.
But that was for the full year, right?
Yeah, they've said it already, $7.67 billion.
Why doesn't Disney make a movie with Dane Cook and Taylor Swift's junk? Now I'm watching.
A new survey looked at how our mood shifts during the day. And on weekdays, we're at our happiest between 6 and 9 p.m.
Oh, my God.
That's why that's when he's working.
That is his sweet spot.
So he's happiest when he's working because that's what he's doing between 6 and 9. We finally get to unwind from work, but you're ramping up.
Yeah, I figure I boot up my real day around 2 p.m., but I'm really moving around 6 p.m.
And Mike, it actually works for us too because it's between 6 and 9 when Oscar calls us and we get the satisfaction of hitting ignore.
There it is. On weekends, we start feeling good a lot earlier, around 11 a.m. These are the things that make us feel better. A good night's sleep, when the sun comes out, going for a walk, getting a compliment, finding money in our pocket, getting a hug, good weather on the weekend. Oh, that's a biggie for me.
Yeah.
Good weather on the weekend. Sound of birds chirping. I don't like crows, though. If I had a gun, I'd shoot a crow.
And also not birds talking.
Dad. Flowers in bloom. And number 10, which I think should have been number 1, having a snack.
Sure.
Oh, a snack is the best. A great snack.
Hey, Pony, you look really good today.
Thank you, Rob. Have a snack.
Netflix basically gave rise to the binge-watching era of TV, but if they'd had it their way, the term never would have caught on. The Hollywood Reporter just interviewed a bunch of execs at Netflix. As it turns out, they hated the term binge-watch because of the negative association with things like drinking and eating. They preferred the term marathon viewing because it almost sounded like you were doing something healthy. But they couldn't get people to use it, so they've learned to accept, oh, have they ever, binge watching as the term we used. And I just finished binge walking Dead to Me, season 1, and I guess they're hopefully coming back with a second season. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a little stretch. It's a little stretch. Do you like it too?
I've only seen the previews. It looks fantastic.
I love me some Linda Cardellini. Okay. I think she is fantastic.
I think Linda Cardellini is Linda Cardellini is like a more interesting looking Jane Fonda.
Yeah,
that's what she physically looks like.
Oh, Linda Cardellini.
And you know, I mean, I will tell you, Christina Applegate is just a beautiful actress in her evolution. I love the way she tries different things, and she's a great actress. And I never would have thought when I watched Marywood Children that she was anything other than the sexy daughter, and wouldn't have been. She's just evolved. Really, really terrific.
Has she done better than the kid who played Bud?
Just a bit. Okay. Just a wee bit.
Imagine, jeez.
But didn't Bud like fight Screech or something like that? You know,
it wasn't a celebrity boxing.
No, I don't even think for him it was celebrity boxing. I think it was just a fight.
And now a little something. A missile launcher was found in a man's checked luggage at the Baltimore, Washington Thurgood Marshall International Airport Monday morning.
Jesus Christ.
That is according to Transportation Security Administration officers. TSA officials said they tracked down the traveler and detained him for questions, according to WBAL.
Yes.
Radio station your boy's been on. The man, a resident of Jacksonville, Texas, of course, told TSA that he is an active military member and he was traveling home from Kuwait. He told the officers that he wanted to keep the launcher as a souvenir.
Duh.
Yeah. Well, if everything is bigger in Texas, how come he didn't put it in his pants?
In his pants?
Is that a missile in your pants? Well, you're just glad to see me.
Was it a ginormous rocket launcher?
Yeah, I saw a picture of it. It was actually big enough to, but they're collapsible, you know?
Yes.
And they said, well, it was small in the suitcase. And then they asked the guy, and he said, well, I'm a grower, not a shower. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
I can't stop.
What? Oh, no. What's that in your suitcase?
No, he was going to Texas. He just was at Thurgood Marshall.
Yeah, but
so he's not a Baltimore guy.
But the TSA was asking. They were asking.
The TSA guy.
Yes.
Yeah. It's Baltimore's had a tough time lately, but in your pants. We'll take a break and come back with the audio vault and Rob Spiewak right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Time now for a taste of the good life with Dirk Vastrick.
People often ask me about the best way to unwind. I say with a drink, of course. Nothing satisfies like an O'Mara Irish Manhattan. Add a couple of ice cubes to a tumbler and fill it with Irish whiskey. And add a splash of Luxardo liqueur and a splash of vermouth. Garnish with a Luxardo cherry and enjoy. Now kick back, relax, and enjoy while listening to The Mike O'Mara Show on the TMOS app. Cheers, Carla.
I always relax with an Irish Manhattan along with the TMOS app. Man, that's living. Back to you, Mike.
Mike, an addendum. Make sure it's sweet vermouth. You don't want to use dry vermouth in that.
Why?
Because it would taste wrong. You want sweet vermouth with brown liquor, yeah.
Sweet vermouth. Okay, very good. Sweet vermouth.
Sweet.
So isn't sweet vermouth the most common vermouth?
No. The most common vermouth would be the light vermouth that you would see in like a gin or a vodka martini.
And that's dry?
That's also, what happens, I guess it's a distilled wine. That's how they make vermouth.
It has olive in it. I know it's made with olives.
And so what happens is that's made from white wine and the sweet vermouth is made from red wine.
Very good. Now I understand. Sweet vermouth, oh, now you found me. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Sleep Number. This is not just a bed, it's proven quality sleep. I should know.
Yes.
I love this product. You know I love this product. I've got Sleep Number beds in Maine and in Florida. Guess what? For proven quality sleep, there's the Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed. Queen mattresses start at just $9.99. You don't need any sweet vermouth with that, boy.
No, brother.
So many couples disagree on mattress firmness. Sleep Number 360 Smart Beds let you choose your ideal firmness on each side, so it's just right for both of you. The Sleep Number 360 Smart Beds are so smart, they sense your every move and automatically adjust to you, keeping you sleeping comfortably throughout the night. Sleep Number has been ranked #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses by J.D. Power. For 2018 award information, visit jdpower.com. My Sleep Number setting is a 90. Carla's is a 65. We love it. Come in now and save up to $600 on select Sleep Number 360 smart beds. You'll only find Sleep Number at one of their 575 Sleep Number stores nationwide. Find the one nearest you at sleepnumber.com/TMOS. And when you do, tell them that Mike O'Mara sent you. And, we mentioned a little something earlier in the show. As a matter of fact, at the beginning of the show, and if we could tell you once again, something very special is coming to TMOS Family Land. Listen up, Shriners.
We're waiting.
What you making? Fruitcake.
Fruitcake. Fruitcakes. TMOS fruitcake. Ooh, fruitcake. Well, I mean fruitcake. Yes.
Fruitcake.
That's right. Most wonderful time of the year, fruitcake time. Back again, folks. TMOS Fruitcake Futures 2019. Your once-in-a-year chance to snag a signature Rob Spiewak fruitcake. That's right. He signs them. Get ready to place your order for the taste of the holidays. They taste even better than you remember. Big ways to purchase. 2 big ways, including deluxe packaging and an exclusive new collectible and more. TMOS Fruitcake Futures. The holidays start right now, so get yours. And let's open up the audio vault for Tuesday, July 30th, 2019, Rob Spiewak.
I know we don't like to get political, but I think if a big politician's birthday happens, we should observe it probably, don't you think?
Oh, of course we should.
72 years old today, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of their women.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last?
That's what made you did.
I lied.
I'll be back.
I have a headache.
It might be a tumor.
It's not a tumor.
There are 2 showbiz stories that when I think, oh, look who's here! Hey!
Here we go.
I just want to come in and tell you that I disavow what the president said about Baltimore.
About where?
Baltimore is a great
Baltimore?
town. Baltimore.
Oh, Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore.
I'm sorry.
Baltimore.
Thank you,
Sorry,
Arnold.
Governor.
Are you able to speak the English language? Baltimore.
I do.
I love Baltimore.
You ever been?
I've been many times.
What's your favorite thing to do in Baltimore?
Go to the Inner Harbor.
And then what?
I also like going to Camden Yard.
Yes. Have you ever gotten a sausage at Pollock Johnny's?
Pollock Johnny's. That's a great. There's nothing like that great meat on this tube that you put in the bun, and then it's Baltimore is such a great time. It's great to go to the Inner Harbor, and then after you're all done, you go and check out the Orioles.
The Orioles.
The Baltimore Orioles. I know how to pronounce the name. The Baltimore Orioles.
Okay, very good. Now, when you went to Pollock Johnny's, did you call it a sausage or did you call it a wurst?
I called it the wurst. I said, hey, hey, Johnny.
What'd you say?
Johnny. Hey, Johnny, put the wurst in the roll. In Baltimore.
Bye, Arnold. Bye. But I was going to say, there are 2 showbiz stories that sometimes when I think about them, I say, did that really happen?
Okay.
One of them is that Arnold really was the governor of California.
Yes.
And the other is that for a while, Elvis was Michael Jackson's father-in-law.
He was.
Very, very strange things. We must always remember them, lest we forget.
Amen.
2 things about the #1 movie in America. The Lion King is the #1 movie in America right now.
Still number 1.
And there's this guy in South Carolina that decided he was going to sing the Lion King opening song to his donkey. And the donkey appears to sing along. I found this charming.
Had to get all the animals around me for this one. Simba, whoa, whoa.
Love this. Just loved it.
I don't know if they're pissed or they're happy.
I think he was singing along.
Or they're in pain. Either or. Wow.
Now, Elton John, obviously one of the greatest musicians of the last 50 or 60 years, He flexes his muscle occasionally, and here's a time he did. When he wrote the music for the original Lion King, they wanted to use Can You Feel the Love Tonight as a funny song, an ironic song. And he says, no, it's too good of a song. Make it be the serious theme. But they got so far that they actually animated and recorded Timon and Pumbaa singing Can You Feel the Love Tonight. This is how it was supposed to be in the movie.
Oh, can you feel the love tonight?
Wow.
All the signs are there. A starry sky and tons of tenderness. Disaster.
Is that Nathan Lane?
Yes. And they brought Elton John to the pencil test, and he said, no good.
Who sings the other part?
It's Ernie Sabella, I think his name. You would know him as a character actor. I think his name is Ernie Sabella.
Well, good call, Elton. I think that was one of his better calls.
That sounds like a drunken
a sing-along,
like
right?
a sing-along at a bar,
Yeah.
right?
I think anytime Nathan Lane sings, it sounds like a drunken sing-along.
Hey, their way.
A tape especially for my friend Oscar.
Yes.
Oscar, and
I'm here.
You look good today.
Thank you.
That's my compliment.
Appreciate
to you. The Bachelorette last night, Hannah revealed something. She did not have sex twice in the windmill. She did not.
Oh, not twice?
Not twice,
What?
no.
Because of you two, nobody will ever look at a windmill the same.
I mean, I will say I was a little dishonest about something.
Oh.
You know, I did say there was something that Peter and I did twice. It was actually 4 times.
Oh, my God. Naughty.
That's terrific, isn't it?
Yeah, what a great role model.
That's really fine. And you know what? I love her speaking voice. That almost sounds like Orson Welles, doesn't it?
4 times. 4 times.
Just jealous.
Not really. Although the windmill was nice.
She was actually one of the prettier, I guess, bachelorettes that they've had. As far as usually, it's like
cracked me up.
It's the girl. It's the girl usually that lost the last round or was broken up with. So they put a lot of makeup on her to make her look really
To
pretty.
be fair, Mike, she looked better going into the windmill than she did coming out.
God, wow.
Let's close with this. I can't explain it. I have always been a big David Spade fan.
Yes.
I think David Spade is very funny. And his
agree.
new show, Lights Out, premiered last night. And this was his cold open. And he's just funny. So we'll close with David Spade and congrats on his new show, Lights Out.
People say to me, and it's mean, the only reason you've got anything in showbiz is because of Adam Sandler. I mean, he's a cool guy, but honestly, if you look at it, he's only helped me get Grown-Ups, right? And Grown-Ups 2, fine. And maybe Benchwarmers, and Joe Dirt, and Dickie Roberts, and 3 Netflix movies, and 7 years of Rules of Engagement, and he co-signed on my house. Other than that, the dude hasn't got me jack, all right? And I got this one all by myself, with a little bit of help from Chris Rock. First joke down. Woo, it's time for Lights Out.
That's your magic audio ball. Have a great vacation, Mike. I'll see you in the windmill.
Listen, we got live shows all the way to the end of the summer. I'm taking a break,
Yes.
and I will come back in a week and a half, and I'm looking forward to spending some time with the family as we spend 49,000 hours on Route 95 driving down into a major tropical depression. All right! The question is, will I be in a tropical depression when I get back in a week and a half? Only time will tell. Thank you, boys, for holding down the fort while I'm here. Don't forget, fruitcake's on sale right now. Grab your TMOS Fruitcake Future. And, hey, we're still selling the last 10, 15 tickets to that live show in November. Big fall. It's always very big.
While
when we
you're
all
at the
come back.
website, click both links.
Yes, thank you very much for Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana. Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Before you go, please make a mental note. Today's show was made possible by the TMOS bonus packages. You can secure yours right now by going to MikeO'MaraShow.com and clicking on the red bonus banner. Buy it or give it. Either way, you're helping out TMOS, and that's a good thing. Thank you, and go in peace.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
I could pull a better cartoon out of my ass. Hey, whoa! Wasn't that great, kids? Good night, Herr Doctor.
Good night, Frau Blucher.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that dang old internet, man, you just go on there and point and click, 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 click. It's real easy, man.
That was the best you can do. Really?